If you had just 1 minute, to be skeptical, what would you say? What ideas would you produce? What would the answers be? This is the 1 Minute Skeptic! How can you live without the absolute certainty that knowing God brings to the believer?
Well, I'll start by saying I think if God does exist, absolute knowledge cannot exist. You see, if an all-powerful being exists, then everything we perceive, including the physical laws that most feel are constant, can be nothing more than a choice made by that entity to make things in that way. Furthermore, if the Bible is true, we see through the miracles contained in Scripture, God has and therefore could completely reverse and or negate those laws at will. In short, everything is subject to God's will and plan, and is therefore subjective. Now, just how can there be absolute certainty if everything is subjective and changeable? Conversely, if our reality exists without a God, there may in fact be conditions that are constant and universal. And although we can never be absolutely certain we're correct in our perceptions, if we are accurate in just one of the representations of those constants, we would possess objective knowledge. So again, in my opinion, it's only possible for universally objective truths to exist without a God. So when we compare these belief systems, we find if a person feels that they can and have obtained absolute certainty on a topic, I feel they most likely will see no need to question or investigate that subject any further, resulting in not only that individual living what I would consider to be an extremely boring life, but also, as history has shown, the ramifications of that type of epistemology, when adopted by societies, can set back humanity hundreds, if not thousands of years. On the other hand, when I finally understood that I couldn't have absolute certainty about almost everything, my life became an adventure. You see, no matter how certain I may feel about something, I must acknowledge that I may in fact be wrong. And due to that understanding, I am constantly forced to continue to explore, finding new and awesome things all along the way. So even if I ignore all the negative aspects of believing in absolute certainty, I feel my life, lived with it, would be far less interesting and enjoyable.
This has been the 1 Minute Skeptic. Post your questions to the skeptics in the comment section below.